Hey there, it's Susan. I wanted to briefly just chat with you about vision boards. Last night, it was the night before Thanksgiving, new moon, which was kind of cool. I had a vision board party, get together, gathering scheduled, and turnout wasn't what I was expecting it to be, but it actually ended up being really cool. A couple of people that were able to attend, like, it was just an intimate setting, and we were able to really share a lot more in depth, I guess, together, which was neat. The reason why you would do a vision board with others is obviously to be there and share. So that was really cool. But I am getting a few questions that people are asking me that maybe weren't able to attend. One of the questions I had received is, can I still do a vision board now, even though it's not the new moon? Absolutely. You can do vision boards anytime. I say my feelings are that you get a little more power, energy with them if you do them on like a new moon or a beginning of a year or even a beginning of a month or maybe a birthday or something like that. So for me, when I saw the new moon and Thanksgiving, things you're grateful for, the new moon, I thought it was a really cool time. Obviously it didn't work out for a lot of people's schedule because people are traveling, people are preparing for Thanksgiving, but I think the right people were there. Anyways, what I wanted to make this video about is how to make a vision board and what it is about. So a vision board is basically like a dream board, a goals board, and you can get as wild and crazy with it as you want or as simple as you want. Sometimes people make theirs very simple with just a few things, very organized. Sometimes people just use words on them. Sometimes people use really beautiful photos. So for this event, I had just kind of shared with everyone to start, maybe printing out or tearing out of magazines or whatever pictures that they liked or things that they wanted or, whatever kind of resonated with them. And for me, I waited till the actual event to do that. But sometimes I do it a little in advance and just keep a folder of some things that, I see, a few days leading up to it. But last night I did it a little differently. I just kind of thumbed through and took what resonated with me at the moment, so there wasn't really a plan or a direction that it was going to go, which is kind of cool. And one of the attendees actually had planned on printing certain things out, and for some reason couldn't get them printed, so they ended up doing something completely different, which was kind of cool to see. Like, maybe there's a purpose and a reason behind that, why that totally changed. Mine wasn't what I was thinking either, but it was still really cool. So anyway, so the materials that I like to use, I pick up the big foam boards. They're kind of like poster boards, but they're thicker, because that you can carry with you and set up and stuff, and it doesn't like flop over. So that's why I personally like it. And then I usually use glue sticks because that's clean and doesn't leave bumps like glue would, and it doesn't. I don't really like how tape looks on everything, so it just, to me, it looks more appealing. So I like to put these somewhere where I see them. And then, you need scissors to cut things out. You need magazines or books or printouts or photos or whatever that you're going to use. And that's really it. Last night we kind of had a cool setting. We ended up doing it on the floor. I was debating on tables or not, and I kind of thought the floor would be cool just because we could spread out more. We had, food and drinks and music playing. I had the diffuser on. It was pretty cool. But, make a setting that's going to just make you feel whatever it is that you're trying to feel. Are you trying to feel calm? Are you trying to feel energized? Whatever that feeling you want, try to create that and be somewhere where you have that feeling that you're looking for. And then, you just get creative, or, you don't have to get creative. Creativity's, subjective to different people, but sit there, get out your pictures and stuff. For me personally, I put all of them on the side, and then when I'm ready to organize the board, I set them all on the board before I glue anything and decide if that's how I want it to look. Some of the things I tear out don't make it to the board because the themes changed or my directions changed, or just like, yeah, I don't like it as much as I thought, but I like to have extra stuff there just in case. And then I put it all on the board and arrange it and glue it, and that's it. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about what it needs to be. Like, you can have it on one topic, like maybe you're just going to do it on business, maybe you're going to do it on travel, maybe you're going to do it on relationships, health, whatever, and maybe you're going to do it on multiple things, and you're going to separate the things into different areas of the board, or you're just going to mix it all up It doesn't matter. I have a couple boards that I've done that have no white space. The one I did last night had quite a bit of white space. No right or wrong. You can add on to the board later. So if you start one and there is white space and then you think of things that you do want to put on your board, add it on the board. Not a big deal. You can even take something off the board. If you put something on the board and you're like, you know what, I'm not feeling that anymore, take it off the board. What's really cool, and one of the attendees actually mentioned this last night too, is when they go back and look at their past, vision boards that they have created, they see things that they've now achieved, things that they've done and or been to, and it's really cool to see that. And I hear those stories a lot, which is really neat. So how does it work? It's kind of law of attraction, kind of just making plans and goals. It can be as woo-woo as you want or as very like logical as you want. There's again no right or wrong. Like obviously logically, people that do business or want to have a successful relationship, they make a plan, they have goals that they're setting. This is very similar to doing that. There's some people that are very into the law of attraction and want to be very woo-woo with things, and that can be what your board is like too. Okay, I put it all out to the universe, whatever. It's up to you. I like to think and dream big and not necessarily get into the details when I make a board. I feel like that leaves more room for how it may actually manifest, because there's been times in my life where I've thought of something that I want to achieve and then I've thought of the plan to get there, and the plan to get there doesn't work and I get frustrated, and because I didn't leave the space. So sometimes it can be advantageous to set the goals, the dreams, the vision, and then just kind of take a first step and see what then comes out, because sometimes you make the plan and then you get frustrated because it doesn't work that way, and then you don't maybe reach your goal. And sometimes things happen in mysterious ways that you wouldn't even know, like how or why that could happen. But anyways, that's the nitty-gritty of making a board. I hope that this is helpful to you, and I hope that you create one. And if you do have any questions, feel free to ask me. And I also plan to be doing more of these, vision board get-togethers. It's kind of cool. I've done them before, and I just feel like when you're in a group environment and you're having fun, it's kind of cool just to see what you put on your board.